Mike Salazar representing Muscular Development Magazine, sponsored by High Tech, here with the Classic Physique Pro competitor, the one and only Stan McQuay. Stan, how you doing, bud?
Great, man. Thanks for having me. What's up, everyone?
You know, we've known each other for many years, maybe going back down to 2005.
Yeah.
You've competed at the Nationals, gotten second multiple years in a row. And we're briefly talking about people wanted to be in a hurry to turn pro and the pros and cons of hurrying and taking your time. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you know, I get that all the time, you know, running business, Physique Inc. Got athletes hitting us up saying, yo, my goal is to turn pro. And, you know, I tell people all the time, man, turning pro is a huge accomplishment. But don't be in a hurry to turn pro. I tell guys all the time, especially bodybuilders, especially if you're not quite on that level where you know you can step on stage and win some pro shows. I say you're missing the boat. You know, being a top amateur, you're missing the great exposure by magazines like Muscular Development. You know, get all the interviews, and you know, if you stay top amateur, you know, all the supplement companies are looking at you, and you know, you start to brand your name. So once you turn pro, I tell these guys, you're going to be lost in the mix if you're not already at that level. You know, really hone in on your skills, master your physique as an amateur. You know, be the top guy in the nation and let everyone know who you are. You know, you get talked about, and then move on up. You know,
right.
Again, you know, turning pro is a huge accomplishment, but you know, really juice the amateur level is what I like to tell guys.
Right. You know, and at the time when you turned pro, there was no 202, there was no 212, and then 202 came along, so there was a bit of a gap there. 202 kind of fits your physique, right?
Yeah, you know, 202 was a great weight for me. You know, I turned pro as a small light heavy, which is about 184 pounds. You know, which at the time, you know, it freaked me out because, you know, at national level, everyone always wants to be at the top of the weight scale. Right. So it proved a lot in my head that the scale doesn't tell the whole story, you know, so don't be so fixed on a number. So when I moved to the 202 class, it was still similar, you know, I was still going to be giving up a lot of weight, but still in that weight category, it still gave me a chance to fit in and not be, you know, blown out of the water by huge guys. And it wasn't until they moved to the 212 division where you start to see a lot of the open guys start trickling down. Right. And you know, that really changed the dynamics of the field, you know? Right.
So as a result of that, now we have Classic Physique. You're jumping over there. How do you feel about that new class?
Yeah, Classic Physique has been awesome. So, you know, I like to say it's kind of saved my career. I also like to tell people that I think it saved my body, my physique as well, because, you know, chasing something that really wasn't me, trying to mold my body into something that's not, you know, part of my genetics, being a 212 guy, you know, I just kind of come to the realization that that's just not what, you know, I'm built for.
Sure.
Classic Physique is really what, you know, I've been molded for. And then it's kind of funny over the years, you know, I remember watching or reading the critiques in Muscular Development, and one particular one I used to always burn into my mind was Sean Ray.
I hope it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't ever you. You know, he just gave me good feedback. But Sean Ray always gave me good feedback, but it was always Stan McQuay, you know, good bodybuilder, just really athletic physique. You know, and I used to just irk me so bad because no, I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not an athletic physique, you know. But, you know, right now, with the inception of this new category, I think it fits perfect.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, you gave me a quick preview, man. You look fantastic. When you guys are up on stage, you all make it look easy. But in reality, there's skill, there's genetics, there's luck, bad luck. What was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome to get here, say, in the past 6 months?
Wow. Well, I'd say the biggest hurdle actually was none of the things that you just discussed right there. It was really home life, trying to manage, you know, 3 businesses, 3 kids, and really try to change my whole dynamics of how I'm actually getting ready for these shows. But for the most part, is the home life is try to, you know, keep that all level. And really get ready for shows. That's been tough, you know. The preparation has been a lot different, and I keep my weight well under 200 pounds this year, and you know, and just really focusing on different type of training.
You know, I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I get overwhelmed with just laundry and cooking and taking care of my 4-year-old. What drives you to be an entrepreneur, have multiple businesses, and compete?
Well, I do have 3 mouths to feed, and myself as well, and you know, a lot of bills living in LA, you know, and really setting up my future, you know, for my retirement, for my kids. So, you know, really, you know, I know life is not all about money, but you know, right now you got to survive. So, in bodybuilding is great. You know, I tell guys all the time, even like I said, we talked about, you know, everyone wants to turn pro, but if you're gonna, your goal is to turn pro, you know, really think this out, and you got to make this a business. What are you gonna do with that pro card? hard. So, really, when it comes down to it, I put 20 plus years into competing. The culmination of all that is now, equating to all the businesses that I run so that I can survive and work on my retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here, folks. It's not just going to the gym. There's a lot involved with managing family, business, and having a goal in mind. So for Muscular Development, sponsored by High Tech, professional classic physique competitor, Stan McQuay, best of luck to you, bro.
Thank you.
We're out here.